Alright, what's going on, YouTube? I'm back once again. I made a video yesterday, saying how I'm back and that I was going to give y'all more videos, but it won't be as often. So, y'all remember what I said. But, yeah, I'm back with another vid today, just to know how y'all are doing and if y'all are holding up. And, I got some tips that I really just want y'all to follow. Just about life in general, if there's a problem going on or not. And these are the type of advice that I be getting, and I've been following them ever since I was young. And yeah, I did get myself these shades yesterday because my other ones broke. So yeah, so going on with those tips, I'm only going to give you the ones that I know. I don't know if these are going to be repeated type advice, as I'm sure a few of them or a couple of them might be. I don't know, but I'm trying to give you the ones I know. But tip number one is, in life, you have to be vigilant. And yeah, I said this in yesterday's video, that in life, you must remain vigilant. Because, a lot of stuff goes on in life, and if you're not wary about it, a lot of stuff's gonna happen. Especially if you're going out for walks like this. Like I told you yesterday, every time I come out for walks, every time I go somewhere on my own, I'm always looking left to right or behind me, or I'm looking all around. And if I see something that's about to go down and it's not a good look, I'm out. Got nothing to do with it. And that's how y'all should be. Whenever you go out, you always gotta look around you, make sure no one's, unexpectedly following you. If you feel like someone's tailing you, just kind of maybe look over your shoulder a bit. And if someone's following you, then they're either walking the same path as you, and maybe once you turn a different path, they'll go down another path, and that's just them casually walking. But if someone is actually tailing you, either walk faster or try to walk in different directions, and hopefully the person won't follow you. And if they still are, then you might have to turn around and politely ask them, why are you following me? And that's just it. If the person says, I just want to tell you something, then you can just say, then why didn't you call out? Or then why didn't you call out to get my attention instead of just tailing me? Right? Yeah. Y'all get the idea. But yeah, tip number one, always be vigilant. Be wary of your surroundings. Don't matter where the hell you're at. Just remain vigilant. Number two, always be nice. Yeah, you gotta be nice. There are people out there that take your kindness for weakness. And I've heard that and I've seen that. And yeah, I hate it when people do that crap. Seriously, I do. You're trying to do something nice for them and all that, and in return, they give you nothing but BS. And then you're like, what the hell was that? I just did something nice for you and you're gonna give me that? Hell no. So yeah, being nice for people is kind of tough. So, if you just see someone to the side that's struggling, just do whatever you can to at least help them out a bit. Like if I see a homeless person to the side, like they're sitting on the curb of a sidewalk, or they're walking around with cups in their hands, asking for change and all that. Me, I might walk over and slip them a buck or two. Or if I feel generous, I might give them like a 5 or 10 maybe. That's just me. I'm a nice dude, why wouldn't I do that? It can't hurt. Like, of course you don't know the person, but it can't hurt to slip them a little something, just to help them out a bit. It might not help them out fully. It can at least cover for food or whatever, or a haircut. Well, you're still being nice. Like I said, being nice to people is kind of tough, because you'll never know what they're gonna give you in return for it. So, that's just that. So tip number 2 is be nice. Let's see, tip number 3. There are times that you're not really available to help out. Well, that's not really a tip. That's actually more of a saying. There are times where you can't really help out because you either don't have the sources to, or you don't have the money to, or maybe you just don't have the strength to, and it kind of makes you feel bad about it because you can't help that person out. So like I said, this is not really a tip. It's actually more of a saying that, there are times that you're unavailable, or you're not able to help people out because you don't have it in you, or whatever you don't have that other people have, you won't be able to help them because you don't got it. So, so that's not really a tip, but that's more of a saying, like I said. Okay. Tip number 3, because like I said, that wasn't a tip. That was really more of a saying, or however the hell you want to call it. Well, like I said, there are times that you just can't help, or you're unable to help, and then you would tell that person why, and then they'll understand, but you'll still feel bad because you can't help them, unfortunately. So yeah, it really is sad. It does kind of break your heart a bit, because you want to help that person out, but in some way you can't, and there are a lot of reasons why. Okay. Tip number 3: don't ever be a freeloader. And this is another tip or advice that I gotten, and I was said that if you end up being a freeloader, obviously what I mean by a freeloader, what I mean by freeloading is like, whenever you're living with someone, they'll expect you to put in some work. They expect you to help out at least. And me, I don't want to be a freeloader, but I do want to live with a friend of mine. I do. I want to live with a friend of mine that I know that I can do so much help for them. I'm not going to be living with someone if I'm not going to be putting in any work. Because a freeloading is when you live with someone, but you don't do any work with them or for them. You just sit around and have a roof over your head for free and not work or do anything for it or contribute for it. So that's freeloading, and I'm not doing that. Some people do that when they want to move in with someone else, but they don't put in the work. They don't do chores. They don't help cook or take out the trash, do bills, all that. And that's what freeloading is. And I'm not gonna do that, because that's gonna make me feel bad, and that's gonna make the people I'm living with feel bad, because That's not in me. I don't want to do that. So yeah. Tip 3, don't ever freeload. If you do want to live with someone, go right ahead. As long as you know what you're willing to do with them or for them in order for you to keep that place in their house that you're living in. So, yeah. So, don't freeload. Tip or advice number 4, save money. Yeah. You gotta save money. As long as you have enough money, you can literally, alright, this mask is hurting my ears. So I gotta take this off for a brief second. Yeah, but yeah. Tip 4, save money. You need to save money. Like, especially when it comes to rich people these days. You know, when you have a lot of money, you feel like you can just spend it whenever you want on whatever you want. And that's cool, but are you going to save the majority of that money? Maybe donate to charity or donate to help elect a president or something like what we're going through right now. You got to donate. Maybe invest in it. Maybe invest your money to get like a house or a car or something like that. You know, when it comes to money, people are just so reckless with it. Seriously, people are literally so reckless with it, and it literally makes no sense at all. As soon as you have enough money, you should be able to save, donate, or invest it at least. You're not going to spend the entire thing on whatever, whenever you want. Like, you got to save it, or you got to invest it, or donate it in some way that you're actually helping out other people, actually. Which is going back to the other tip, which is help out, you know. You gotta save money, because if you don't do that, you're gonna go right back to being poor. You know, you can't do that to yourself. You gotta save money. You know, once you have the sources to save your money and invest in it or do whatever, then yeah, you're all set. So yeah. Save your money in any way possible. Let's see. Tip number 5, I think. Yeah. So I did 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. All right. So tip number 5: always remain faithful. You gotta remain faithful. If you are not being as faithful or as hopeful as you are, then a lot of good things are not going to happen. Like, if you wish that you was going to get your favorite dream job or career or whatever, but you always doubt that you're not going to get it because either due to what's going on, or if you don't have good enough credit or anything job related, if you're not remaining hopeful or faithful about it, a lot of that good stuff ain't gonna happen to you because you're not believing that it's gonna happen. And as soon as you hope that you're gonna get the job, you have to remain hopeful. You have to remain faithful that you're gonna get it. But if you start having doubts about it, or you start to lose it, then you ain't gonna get it. And like it literally makes no sense. A lot of people don't see that, and that's literally what's making no sense about it either. You know, I wish people can literally think like that. You know, when you really stop and think about on what you want to do in your life after you graduate school, or even when you move out from your parents' house, you're going to want to figure out what you want to do. But if you have doubts about it, there's a good chance it might not happen at all, because you're having doubts about it. So yeah, just always remain faithful or hopeful. I think hope and faith mean the same. I think they do. I think they do mean the same. If you remain hopeful and faithful, you're believing that something good is going to happen. So if you remain that way, good things will happen. You just gotta remain that way. That's the reason why I keep pausing in between every time I'm talking like I did just now. I keep pausing because there's literally no specific way for me to say it. I'm literally saying it the way how I am, so that way I don't end up forgetting about it, or making sure that y'all don't forget about it. So, you just gotta remain hopeful, remain faithful, and hopefully good things are gonna happen. If not, oh well, you guys are gonna have to figure that one out. Sometimes people usually get mad whenever you say, figure it out for yourself, or da-da-da-da. And that is the case. You try to figure it out for yourself, you can't find it, or you're not as faithful, you're not as hopeful that you're going to find whatever you're looking for out there. So, and that's a good segue into the next tip, is potentially ask for help. Because if you feel like you can't do stuff on your own, just ask for help. Yeah, just ask for help. It doesn't really hurt when you ask for help, because like I said, life is tough. So if you want help, feel free to ask someone, a friend, your mom, dad, grandma, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, or anybody that has a general idea about life and what you want to do and what you're trying to do to get it. You can ask for help. So you can, like if you want to know, like for example, let's just say you want to go back to school and become a doctor, but you don't know how many years it is to become a doctor. And I think I looked this up, and I think it said that you would need to spend at least like 10, I want to say between 5 or 10 years to become a doctor and master at it. I think, or maybe it could be slightly longer or shorter than that, I don't know. But I did see that it's between 5 to 10 years to become a doctor. I don't know, I could be wrong about that. Y'all can look that up and let me know in the comments about how many years is it for you to master and to become a doctor. I think the max is 10 years. I don't know. I looked it up. I could be wrong. I don't know. Let me know down there. But yeah, just ask for help if things get too tough. I mainly recommend just asking your parents, because your parents went through the same thing that y'all went through when y'all was growing up. Y'all went to school. You had to live with your parents. You obviously had to go through school, obviously, go through grad school, all that, then graduate, and then you're going to be wondering what to do now. So if you don't know what, you can ask someone for help, or just talk to someone, and then they can give you pointers on what you can do to get your life started. So asking for help is not an issue at all. I'm sure some people will go out of their way to help you out. Yeah, so do that, and hopefully you might find what you're truly looking for. Tip number 6, and this is kind of going way back. After you graduate high school, it's your choice on what you want to do after that. Now, may I remind you, you are still going to be living with your parents. Yes, you will. Because the average age for you to move out from your parents' house is 21. So for ladies, it's between the ages of 18 and 21. And for men, it's full-blown 21. But this is for everybody, not just men or the other way around. But it's your choice on what you want to do after high school. Whether you want to go back to school and master at something, or if you want to skip that and go straight to working a regular job. That's completely up to y'all, but that's what life is. Once you graduate school, it's going to be your choice on what you want to do. I'm talking about high school, not college. After you graduate high school, it's your choice on what you want to do afterwards. You can't just sit at home and not wonder what you're going to do. You're just sitting there either in your living room or on your bed just wondering what you're going to do now that you're out of school, or you're about to be done with school, but you have no idea what to do afterwards. So, yeah, just really, really think about it, because when you're still in school during your senior year, a lot of people, like I said yesterday's video, that a lot of people are gonna ask you what you want to do after you graduate high school. Do you want to go back to school and master something and then get your career job? Or do you want to not go back to school but start working regular jobs like part-time or full-time? It's your choice, but you can't just sit at home and say that you don't know. But you got everything around you that you can use to help you out. Like you got people you can ask on what they think you can do. You can look it up online. All that. At first, when I was back in school, a lot of people was asking me what college that I wanted to go to, and I kept saying I didn't want to go to college because I had to look up, was not going to college a problem? And it's not a problem. It's not. And when I found that out, I'm like, good. I'm not going to college since it's not a problem to not go. So I chose not to go, and I chose to start getting a job, which I still do not have. But yeah, that's me. But yeah, I did get a lot of questions on what I wanted to do. Like, basically, like, what's your major in something? Is it biology or being like a neurosurgeon, or however you pronounce it, or anything at all? That was me. So yeah, but that's just life. Once you get up to that certain age, it's on you. You're the boss now. You are the boss. Yep, you are the boss. Once you're at that age, you're the boss. You can do whatever you want. As long as you stay safe, remain vigilant, remain hopeful, remain faithful, all of that. Because if you're neither of those, then your life ain't going to look pretty. And that I promise. Everyone's going to tell you that if you pray for stuff to happen and you want it to be good, you have to pray to God And hopefully the prayer will be answered, just not right away. And yeah, that's literally how it is. I literally learned that the hard way a little bit, but it didn't bother me all that much anyway. So yeah, I'm 20 years old. I'm going on 21 next year in March. So look at that. I'm almost there. I'm almost an adult. My adulthood is right around the corner, and I'm trying to get my life started before the end of this year. So I am moving soon, but not out of Boston, but I am still gonna be within the city. But I am moving, but I'm still gonna be here, just not at my current residence, because I'm in a hurry to get out of there. My parents are in the mood to get out of there too, because I've been there for 20 years. And they've been there way longer, like 20 plus, 30 plus years, ever since the 80s. And my grandmama's been there since 69. That was like 50 something years ago. So that's crazy. So now we're literally in a hurry to move out, because like I said, stuff is piling up on them right now. That's why we still haven't moved yet. So yeah, so things are still a little loopy, but once we do move, we are going to be happy, just not as happy, because we're moving into another apartment. So and it's literally right near where my aunt lives, and my mom does not want to live there, because to her, she don't want to live there. Frankly, neither do I. So we are going to be happy that we're going to be moving out from the current house that we live in, but we're still not going to be too happy though, because we're moving into an apartment, which is never the case for us. We wanted to move into an actual house, but that's not the case. So yeah, so like I said, I'm happy that I'm moving, just not so happy about where we're moving to is the thing. So I don't know, but things are a little loopy, but like I said, it's not bothering me all that much, because I'm not involved whatsoever. It's just that the area is just not too swell. It is just not too swell. So I don't know. But like I said, it's not bothering me all that much. But like I said, I'm not planning on staying there long anyway, because I still want to live with that friend of mine. I still want to do that. I just have to confirm that with their parents and mine. And once that pulls through, I should be all set. Hopefully, I'll have my car by then. Hopefully, I'll have a job by then. And hopefully, I'll have a license by then, which is the same thing as having a car. So, yeah. So, yeah, those are my tips. Like I said, I don't know if the tips that I just gave were repeating, because I'm getting the feeling a few of them were, or all of them were, I don't know. But they were tips that I've heard, and like I said, I can't be any specific than that. I'm just saying it the way how I'm saying it. So I don't know how y'all would explain it. But yeah, those are my tips for y'all about life in general. I advise you take full consideration of them, because Because if you don't follow no one's advice, then how the hell are you going to help yourself? That's the thing. Every time I give people advice, there's a good chance that it's not getting followed. So, you know. So, yeah. Those are my tips. You know, hope y'all enjoyed. You know, like this video up, subscribe, as always. I'm trying to get as much subscribers as I can. I'm not like those big YouTubers that got over 1 million or 10 million or 100. I don't know. I doubt I'll get there. I want to at least get like 100 or 150 or maybe even 200 subscribers at least. But that's probably not going to be like at least for like another year or two since until I can get there. So if y'all can help me get there, that'd be nice. That'd be cool. So yeah, like this video up, subscribe, share with people that I know or you know or whatever. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. And yeah, peace out.